Welcome to the Live Squawk podcast, where professional traders, investors, and market insiders get the unfiltered insights that matter most. Stay ahead of the curve with expert interviews and exclusive market commentary. Hello, and welcome to Live Squawk's Commodity Corner teaser, a weekly look at the stories leading the markets. We'll be joined shortly by its author, Chris Stadale, to walk you through what's in this week's edition. But first, the content provided on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only. We are not licensed financial advisors, and none of the information should be considered as financial, investment, or trading advice. Please conduct your own research, consider your financial objectives, and consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Investing and trading in financial markets carries risks, and past performance is not indicative of future results. We're not responsible for any losses or gains that may result from following the content on this channel. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Harry. How about you?
Yeah, great, thank you. Very nice and sunny over here. Apparently, you guys have got a bit of a drought going on. Drought is probably a strong word, but just a hot patch over there.
Yeah, we went through a decent hot patch, and we got a decent amount of rain last night, and kind of bracing for some more. But we definitely needed it because we were in a drought. So hopefully, we're on kind of the backside of that. So.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Right. Well, let's focus on this week's edition of Commodity Corner. Any news on the weather within it? What do we have this in this week's edition?
Sure. Nothing related to the weather. I don't discuss any ag commodities. Actually, I do talk about one soft market, which I'll discuss in a moment. I want to tackle the top burner issue here. The title that I've got there, Don't Discount Inflation. Inflation has been pretty benign lately, but I'm worried that people might be getting too complacent, especially with another round of tariffs that could be coming in July. So I share some defensive strategies in case inflation does rear its ugly head again. For oil, I think that actually could be fishing for a bottom despite the cooling tensions in the Middle East. So I explain my logic behind that, as well as some price targets and some simple strategies. And as for metals, there's been a lot of fear-mongering lately about copper, but I share some thoughts on that, on why cooler heads need to prevail. And aluminum prices, those could have been really affected by the Israel-Iran conflict if that would have gone on for an extended period of time. So I explained some brand new fundamentals in that market, as well as some reiterating some price ranges. And speaking of brand new things, I've never talked about LNG, so I just wanted to share a quick thought on that, because again, that could have been really affected by the Israel-Iran conflict. And finally, I don't talk about soft markets too often in this newsletter, but I share a quick note on coffee and why that will probably continue to trend lower. And for next week, I might take a look at the ag markets, like you said at the outset. But I do want to talk about cobalt. That's had some interesting news lately, as well as platinum and palladium. There's been a lot of people on social media talking about both of those markets, and those have been extremely volatile. So let's see kind of how those trade, the balance of today and into next week, and I'll put some thoughts together on that. So.
Good stuff, my mate. Good stuff. I've just got a Bank of America global research notebook, and they talk about the likes of copper in their commodity report. And just to give you a quick takeaway here, they say participants remained in a group discussion they had. Participants remained bearish oil, bullish copper, and gold. They say most of the attending their conference believed that Brent was more likely to reach $55 a barrel before it hit $95 a barrel by a margin of some 20%. I also noticed bullish sentiment of copper and gold. So interesting how we're seeing quite a bit of chat, especially around the copper, like you say. So it'd be interesting to read what you have to say about that.
Sure. Yep.
Any other comments this week? Anything else that stood out for you?
No, but I do want to reiterate where you can find this. It's on Substack. If you just go to substack.com and type in Live Squawk Commodity Corner, it will pop right up.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for just giving a little bit of a teaser into what's in this week's edition, and we look forward to reading that, and we'll see you again next week.
Sounds great. Thank you, Harry. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks for tuning into the Live Squawk podcast. Your edge in the market starts here. Subscribe now.